Good evening, Wizards Nation. We lost to the Clippers. My apologies for the delayed stream. I usually go immediately live after the games, but I was at the game today, and I just got home. But we lost to the Clippers 110-106. A very exciting game, y'all. All of our young bucks balled out. The starting lineup was awesome. The bench, the bench wasn't it tonight. Champagne had a solid game, but here's a stat for you guys. Freaking James Harden had 20 free throws today. 20. We had 22 as a team. He nearly had as many free throws himself than we did as a team. Nonetheless, very competitive game. Second competitive game in a row against a competitive team in general. We lost to the Nuggets in a competitive game. But, yeah, man, 110-106. Let me just wait for dudes to get into the chat. Oh, man, I got to do this real quick. My bad. But, yeah, man, start Keyshawn George and Alex Sarr. Alex Sarr in general, 28 points tonight. Let me move this over here real quick. 28 points. Keyshawn George, 18. Bub Carrington, 17. Trey Johnson, 15. Chris Middleton, 11. This was a glimpse into the future, y'all. It was I'm not mad either. Ricky Daniel, I'm not mad either, dude. I'm not mad. I mean, hey, good tank job, L. Took it right to the wire. I thought we were going to squeeze it out. Man. Let me turn this thing on real quick. But yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, Jameer was nice. Yeah, he had some nice on-ball defense tonight. Or in the afternoon. The game was at 3 o'clock. But yeah, man. Go ahead right here. My first note. Granted, Bub Carrington hit a crucial three. I believe it was to tie the game with the 2-minute mark in the fourth quarter. And then Bub Carrington again. He had another opportunity to shoot the three. And I was near where Bub Carrington was getting ready to shoot it from. I was very close to him. And I saw it in his face. I was like, he's going to pull up. This is what he does, transition threes. For some reason, this man passes it off to Key, who's been, who had a solid night tonight. But man, I would have rather seen Bub take it. It just shows an experience there, but they will learn from this. I definitely saw Bub. Oh wow, let me move this real quick. I definitely saw Bub a bit down on himself after that. But nonetheless, actually no, somebody was telling me in the chat to move my freaking face over here. Let me see. Now I'm covering this. I'll put my stuff up here. Hold on. Lord, I gotta freaking find a way to do something right here. Hold on. This is going off the rails. I can't. I don't know what I'm doing here. This thing is not working. All right, let me put myself up here. Y'all already know the score of the game. Keyshawn in the clutch was horrible, says I ran out of ideas. How's that? Better? Fuck. Anyways, nonetheless, it was a great glimpse into our future, man. Like I said, Alex Sarr was dominating, especially in the first half, all throughout the game. Man ended up being a plus 11, 6 rebounds, 10 on 19 from the field, 28 points, made all his free throws. You know what I mean? Trey Johnson, 15 points. He started getting hot towards the third quarter. 3 of 7 from the three, a plus 14. Bagley was a bit quiet tonight. Offensively, he was. 8 rebounds. He did have 4 turnovers, though. He did his usual thing, 7 offensive boards, but still, Champagne, 9 points, 4 rebounds. But a lot of crucial turnovers toward the end, man. We were playing we had 20 turnovers, I believe, in total tonight. But there were some crucial turnovers to the end. But again, not mad. I'm actually really excited, man. Really, really excited about this team's future. And hold on. Saying right here, the future is bright. Glad to see Whitmore back on the bench. Yup, that's one thing I noticed as well. Whitmore was there. Trae Young's always been there since day one. But yeah, man. I mean, no, I mean this is games that's needed. You got to put it underneath your belt. Learn from it, which I know these young bucks will moving forward. But let me get to my notes. I don't want to keep this stream long. I promise that after every single game, I'm gonna get on live. My voice is raspy. I'm losing my voice. Not because of the game. Just in general. I'm just losing it. Let's see here, though. Freaking James Harden, though, man. 20 freaking free throws. Look at this. 20 freaking free throws. Damn near had more free throws than our entire team. Freaking insane, man. Yeah, the bench, man, Will Riley. God bless his soul, but he was not it tonight. Not worried, not down on him. I'm not worried about his prospects for the future. It's just a bad game that Will Riley had tonight. We gotta be honest. We gotta be impartial, But he'll bounce back. He'll bounce back. One note though, seeing Will Riley in person, he is every bit of 6'10". There's been some dudes in this chat who have been shitting on me saying, hey, man, he's not 6'10". Where are you guys 6'10"? The coach said it. He said it. The team brought it out. I see him. He is damn near he is actually a bit taller than Marvin Bagley. Will Riley is 6'10". When I saw him, I was like, holy hell. Richard Lewis says, I got a haircut? Yeah, I did. But I literally just came home from the game and got on live. But my voice is just raspy. I'm losing my voice. Anyways, let me just go through my notes real quick. It was a good tank performance. There we go. Rich summed it up. A good tank performance, in my opinion, is obviously a competitive game, but a competitive game that's, led by our young bucks, which tonight was. It was led by Alex R., Keyshawn George, Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson. Those four dudes in general, man, holy hell. You saw a key. When I was watching the game, because we're all right now in the post-CJ era, I was thinking to myself, nah, these dudes may be starting to get it. The Nuggets game was close. This game was close. This game was wired to the wire the entire game. As a matter of fact, in the third quarter, we were pulling away. Lockdown losses, stop that shit. Losing affects morale. I think they're realists in that locker room, though. I think Bub Carrington said earlier today or after the game that he's like, no, this is starting to click. We're starting to see what it takes to win. And not only that, but they're very excited for next year. And I feel like within the locker room, they're realists. They know what the deal is. We're in a 7-game losing streak, yeah, and it's the worst losing streak in the league, but, the thing that gets me is just like, all right, there's dudes who get pissed off when we're winning, and then there's dudes who get pissed off when we're losing. Come on now. There is no, just, they're all in their second year. Well, Keyshawn George, Alex R., Bob Carrington are in their second year. Trey Johnson's a rookie, but, I'm not mad at it. Like, you clearly saw the Young Bucks were fueling for this potential dub. It was going to happen. But, to me, it's just inexperience, was just a key factor, especially within the 2 minutes left. The fact that James Harden got the offensive board immediately after his free throw, I can't. Yes, Rich Reloaded. Yeah, that's true. If we lost by 40 to the Nets, that's different. I completely agree. I can't. These L's should come with free Vaseline to the first 10,000 fans. Well, this L today came with free chicken. I'll take that. This L came today with free chicken thanks to James Harden. So for those who went to the game, you get free chicken at Chick-fil-A tomorrow. Thanks to the beard. But Chuck Best says, as long as Middleton's not taking shots in the clutch, I'm not really mad. Yeah, you saw it right there. First, it was Bub, who made a crucial three at the 2-minute mark, and he was going to take the three at the very end to go up by one. And then, for some reason, he passed it off to Keyshawn George. Granted, Keyshawn George went 2 of 6 from the, at that time it was 2 of 5, but then he went 2 of 6 from the three. So, and it was a bit far. I'm not going to lie. And Lockdown Law, I saw your comment. You're right. He did chuck it from a bit far away from the three. And Bub Carrington, like, I knew in my head when I was seeing him pull up, I was like, this is a transition pull up three. We know Bub Carrington's money this entire year from that. And if for some reason he passed it off. Meanwhile, he just made a crucial three a minute ago. So I was very surprised by that. But you know what? You learn from these type of mistakes. He's 20 years old. Learn from it. And he's going to. I saw him after the game, man. Bub Carrington was visibly upset at himself. Visibly. I wasn't mad at him. I was like, all right, I was shocked because, he's been doing really good at transition pull-up threes this year. But, you live and you learn. You know what I mean? Chuck Best says, watch the highlights of the game, and it wasn't as bad as I thought. Harden, 18 of 20 for the three was diabolical. Yeah. The fans, they were pissed off. I was one of them. I was fucking pissed off. I was like, what the fuck, man? Every single time he drove to the rim, it was a freaking foul. Keyshawn shot that from the parking lot, says Lockdown Law. Yeah, it was pretty far. But you can tell Key wanted that one, though. He wanted it. But, hey, man. Let's see here. Are we really fouling that much, or are the refs on us because we suck? I think it's a combo of both. And also, it's a combo just because it's James Harden. He's going to get the call. He's been getting the call the entire year. Lockdown Law says it was an ass shot. He had a lane to the rim. Yeah, he did. He did. As a matter of fact, I believe it was was it a 2-on-1 fast break? And Bub was going to go for the dub. And for some reason, he passed it out. Like, they had the easy two right there. And, like, it was just clearly just inexperience kicked in. It was not the best shot whatsoever for both of those dudes. But they'll learn from it. They're going to learn from it. You can tell Lockdown Law is pissed off. Steph Curry doesn't make a 3-4. Yeah. Listen, next year, when we're going to start winning, where the object is not going to be tanking anymore, I'd rather have those mistakes happen right now in this season than they do next year. When the games will matter. We'll be going for a play-in push at least. So, I'm at that point where just like, but they will learn from it. Well, hope you're not being sarcastic, dude. Because they are, man. They are. They're 20 years old. Or they will be off the roster. Keyshawn George not going anywhere. He ain't going anywhere. Oh shit! God damn it! My freaking studio's falling apart. All right, let me go off my notes real quick. First things first, man. I got hooked up with nice tickets from I guess he's a ticket salesman or ticket rep from the Wizards. This dude was awesome. Shout out to him. They actually showed me like the future renovations of Capital One. I'm telling y'all, man, they're saying that the construction or the renovation is going to be done by 2028. It looks fantastic, beautiful, marvelous, whatever the hell you want to put in there. I can't wait, man. And they didn't pay me to say this, by the way. They did not pay me. Ted Leonsis did not wire me some money for this shit. It wasn't floor seats. It was kind of close to floor seats, but it wasn't floor seats. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, it was just like super exciting. He showed us like a 3D model and everything of what's to come by 2028. Dude, it looks freaking insane. Like, we're in it. For those who live in the DMV area who go to Wizards games regularly, I'm pretty sure they see it too. But like, I'm just super excited for the future. How much do Wizards tickets usually go for? $10. Section 400 is like what? 14? $15? I was in I think it was section 100. Anyways. Exactly. Yeah. AV class. No reason we shouldn't be a major free agent. Not only that, but like, it's mainly for us though as well, for the fan experience. The fan experience, man. You know, like he was saying that they're gonna like block off a road outside the stadium for fans to gather pre and after the game, and just the entire renovations of the stadium. It actually looks like, for those who didn't see the renovations of the Commanders' new stadium, it kind of looks like that a little bit as well with what they're planning on doing. It's awesome. I'm super excited, man. You can tell the fan game experience is gonna go through the roof. And they're planning on adding like I don't know. I don't know if I should say. I mean, I don't know. But anyways, let me see here. Another note that I saw in person today was Trae Young. Trae Young today, like we see it obviously in the broadcast in the TV streams or whatever the hell. Like he's always dapping up the players and stuff like that. Like even before the game, he is super invested with these young bucks. Like I see him out there before they're checking in, dapping him up. Every single player who comes on the court, he's right there giving them words of encouragement. That was awesome to see. And today he was rocking the Allen Iverson Georgetown 3 jersey, which looked awesome. The outside look of the stadium, yep, it is. It is Hoopers only. It is. The outside look of the stadium is being renovated as well. It is. I don't know I think they're going to show a video soon. They should, or if they haven't already. But yeah. But Lockdown Law's right though. Expensive tickets don't make up for losing. So after this season, y'all will see the real me whenever we lose. Like the competitive fire, granted, the competitive fire is there right now, but I know the deal of the season. We got to secure our top 8 pick. We know this. But next year, our first year after the rebuilding phase, nah, dude. Y'all going to see me after these post-game streams. I'm going to be livid whenever we lose. There will be no excuse. No more excuses. The refs definitely do not respect the Wizards at least 4. Yeah. All right, let me go to my notes, man. I don't want to keep this stream long. It's already at 17-minute mark. Let's start there. The starters were Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson, Keyshawn George, Chris Middleton, Alex Sarr. And to start off the game, Trey Johnson had a nice floater. Alex Sarr, in the first quarter, we had 26 points. Alex Sarr scored 12 of them. Damn near half of our points. Like, it was Bub. How many assists did Bub Carrington have tonight? 7 assists. Continuing his game. I believe Bub Carrington has had 7 assists or more in the past 4 games. Anyways, shout out to Bub Carrington, man. He was awesome tonight. He was awesome. 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Did have 5 turnovers, though. Keyshawn George as well. They had a couple of late game turnovers in the fourth quarter that really, really hampered us. You know what I mean? We had 20 turnovers, I believe, in total. Yep, 20 turnovers. Because if you look at it, they barely made any of the threes. They shot 18% from the 3. We shot 37% from the 3. Points in the paint. They dogged us. 60 to our 38. But it's whatever. Not whatever, but you know, we live and we learn. We're going to learn, damn it. We're going to learn. Because next year, I'm telling y'all right now, I will not accept L's. I'm sorry. My expectations are growing by the minute. You know, I'm thinking play in now. Like, play in, like, that is the goal. And if you don't make it, something happened. Especially if we get a top 3 pick. Chuck Best says, stop glazing Bub. His defensive pressure, his ability to finish the game, span. I don't know about that. I mean, Bob Carrington is not the only one who's been poor. Trey Johnson as well, defensively. But I do see effort. Hope you do not read The Athletic. They had Sarr traded to the Knicks for literally nothing. Truly sad people did not do their research. Really? I did not read that. I did not read that. For what? For our protections to be lifted off? That would be horrible. Lockdown Law says, next year I'll be 79. I'm running out of time to... I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not. Regarding Bub, yeah, I also feel like when Chuck, I mean, you're right. I mean, from the outside, I mean, obviously, you know, the defense is not it. Same with Trey Johnson. Honestly, same with the entire team. We were ranked right now the 29th in defensive rating in the entire league, and we got guys like Alex Sarr, Keyshawn George, Balak Coulibaly, who are supposed to be defensive stalwarts. But you know what I mean? It's not just individually that makes up a team to be a solid defensive team. You got to, you know, play collectively as a group. And, you know, they're learning, though. They're learning. I see effort. I definitely think that Trey Johnson and Bob Carrington, you know, they're still not like, you know, they're still getting lost in switches. I definitely saw, and I saw that today with Coach Keefe yelling at Will Riley multiple times. That's one thing that I noticed clearly. Coach Keefe was on Will Riley's ass because he kept being lost out there defensively. You know, but CWJ said, I'll get you the official details. But, you know, I just give us some time, man. Just give us some time. Like, if one thing that this year is going to teach us is patience is key and patience is virtue. And I know some people don't want to hear that. I understand that. Trust me, I understand that. But at the same time, like, what can we expect from dudes who are 19 and 20 years old? Like, we're not going to go, you know what I mean? It's still a learning curve for all of these dudes. All of them. So, you know, but I will admit, considering how high I am on our Young Bucks on our roster, I feel like coming into next season and expecting to be competitive, even though they are this young, it's not that far-fetched. Because I see the potential on this roster. Chuck Best says that the progress is definitely showing, though. Yeah, that's all about, Chuck, it's all about the progress, man. Fuck trust the process. Trust the progress. That's our new slogan now. Trust the progress. Fuck trust the process. The process is about, you know, losing and getting good picks for a good prospect or whatever the hell. No. We already have the good prospects on our roster. Now we got to trust the progress. The progress of these young bucks. You know what I mean? And then we can get blessed with a hopefully top 3 pick. So it's trust the progress, not trust the process now. We already you know, elevated from process now to progress, in my opinion. Yeah, Rich Reload, I'm with you, man. Will Riley, seeing him in person as well, this dude is skinny. Like, skinny. So, but, you know, yeah, he's only 19 years old. He's going to fill out his frame. Rich, I'm not that worried about him. I'm still very high on Will Riley. I see the potential. I see the vision. Anyways, let me just go over my notes real quick. I'm not going to lie, my notes are pretty sporadic. And I actually missed a good chunk of the third quarter because I had to go meet with the ticket sales rep. So, and he was a good dude, so it was worth it. So I did miss a good chunk of the third quarter. Let's say right here, believing there's a core here. But like I said, we were tied after the first quarter, and we were only down by 1 point heading into the half. We were actually up by 2 points heading into the fourth quarter. And, you know, it's just pretty much an experience that kicked in. Those silly turnovers, you know, not boxing out. How do we allow James Harden to get his own offensive board after missing 2 consecutive free throws? We got to learn from that. And we are going to. We are, man. But See right here, it's just the bench. Like the starters played nice, and Marvin Bagley had a okay game, but not not his best game offensively. Played 17 minutes. Champagne had a solid game, but even then, you know what I mean. Jameer Watkins, even though it shows that he only had 1 point, I saw his point of attack defense tonight. The label that we give him, the point of attack defender. He was out there. Granted, he was being a bit too handsy with James Harden in the first half, but he was out there giving them some trouble. He had 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. Let's see here. Live Life Love says, yo, what up, bro? We played well tonight. Wish we could have played this dub, but Bub should have, like I said, he should have taken that 3, man. But it's a learning lesson from him, and he knows it. Jay says, how are your seats? Baller's gonna ball. It was good seats, man. It was really good seats. I got blessed. That guy that took a sales rep, dude, is an awesome dude. I don't think I can say his name. I don't think I should share it. I don't know. Probably wants to be discreet. Speaking as a former Wizards season ticket holder, the Wizards reps are always awesome. They always have a good fan thoughtfulness. Yeah, they do. I wasn't the only one that they were whining and dining. I saw other people there that clearly they were in the same shoes as me. They were being wined and dined. They had their portfolios on them and everything. But yeah, he was a good dude. He was a really good dude. We'll be in touch with him. Anyways, let's see here. Talked about Will Riley. Going to halftime. Again, Alex Sarr had 17 points at halftime. Keyshawn George had 8. Trey Johnson had 7. In the third quarter, it was the Trey Johnson and Bob Carrington show. Those two dudes combined for 27 points. They were out there. At one point, we were up by 8 points in the third quarter. We were out there, pulling away. Let's see here. Yeah. Just a tank Al. I don't know what else to say, dude. Do you think next year we'll have sellouts, or will it come the following years? I think next year we'll have sellouts. I definitely think next year we'll have sellouts. Trae Young's in town. Like, if DeBonsa or we get Peterson, we get blessed. Oh, my God. Game 1. The first game of the season, the home opener, it's going to be sold out. I'm calling it right now. I saw some dudes wearing a Trae Young jersey at the stadium today. I was like, how the hell did you get that so quickly? Today, the Capital One did look pretty packed. I'm not going to lie. It was MLK Day. People were there at 3 o'clock. I will admit, though, I kind of feel like some of the dudes out there had free tickets as well. I got hooked up. So they were being wined and dined, but you know what I mean? Still, it was awesome. It was an awesome experience today. Let's see here. Calling to sell out in game 1. Dude, a lot of people are already calling for Trae Young to play this year. Like, we are all excited to watch Trae Young play. And I keep saying this, but like today, seeing Trae Young like visibly on the bench during timeouts, during commercial breaks, this man is so invested. Like, he is out there dapping up everybody whenever they're getting ready to check in. He is giving everybody pointers. I saw him talking to Bub today. I saw him talking to Trey Johnson today as well. Like, this man is just, I'm very, very excited about when he starts playing, man. Lockdown Law says, we're bragging about 10 wins. We are right now having we have the worst streak right now in the league. We are on a 7-game losing streak. Nobody is out there even close to us regarding our streak. But you know what? Let's go to the Tankathon. The Tankathon is that we currently are still tied pretty much at number 1. We have a 3-way tie. And after that is the Kings, who actually lost today, but they've been in, I believe, a 4-game winning streak. The Nets, the Jazz are losing. But you know what I mean? As long as we get top 4, that's, we're going to guarantee our pick That's 0% is going to fall to number 9. SBH says simulated. Boom. Boom. I'm going to leave it at that. And Locked On Law brought up a good point because you know what? The worst team in the league never pretty much gets number 1. As a matter of fact, we saw the Pistons get scorned how many years in a row? To number 5? I'm fine with being 3. I'm fine with being 4 regarding the 3rd or 4th worst record. I'm perfectly fine with that. As a matter of fact, if you look at the percentages, being top 3, you get the same percentages to have a top 4 pick. And you get the same odds to have the number 1 overall pick. Even then, at 4, it's pretty much the same as well. But once you start going to 5, you start dipping. But you know what? I'm fine with, 3 and 4. I'm not, I'm not going to push hard for 1 and 2. Now, if it's there attainable, fuck it. You know what I mean? Knowing our luck. Last year we had the 2nd worst record. We got the worst possible outcome at 6. But Locked On Law is right. The worst record or the worst team never gets the top pick. As a matter of fact, they never get top 3. And it's so annoying. Because you would think the team that needs the most help should get a top 3 at least. Just give me Cam Boozer, and I don't give a shit what pick we take him. Hey, Locked On, I saw an article today saying that Cam Boozer might go 4. And it was the first article I saw about Caleb Wilson taking over number 3 from Cam. Just tossing that in there. But I still feel like Cam Boozer's going to go number 3. He's going to go number 3. I even see dudes talking about he might go number 2. So I you know what I mean? Yeah, man. I'm gonna cut the stream short. I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my freaking voice. So I gotta go drink herbal honey tea. SBH says we're falling to 5 and 7. I've already accepted that. Here, I have a proposal for you, SBH, because you know what? I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Considering our luck, that thought has come across my head once or twice already. You know what I mean? If we go to 5 and 7, I would put all of our picks together and move up as far as we can, maybe number 4. Put in pick 30. Put in all of our second round picks. Heck, trade the Blazers 2029 first round pick. If we get scorned, I want one of the top 4 dudes. I want to put them all together just to move up the top 4. I'm willing to do that, dude. I like to think this is our last rodeo in a tank lottery, the top end. Go out with a bang. Fuck it. If Adam Silver doesn't want to bless us, screw him. Okay, I don't want to talk shit about him because I know how we need to bless him. But you know what I mean? We gotta manifest our own destiny. Yes. SBH, if we get 6, or maybe even 7, I am including pick 30 if they want the Blazers 2029 first round pick, because I think there's levels to this. There's tiers to this. I think after Caleb Wilson, there's another tier behind that. I got to leave with a top 4 player in this draft. And it might suck, including this draft. This is just me. But I'm just like, dude, this is going to be our last chance to get a top tier premier talent in a draft. Let's go out with a bang, because we're not most likely going to be here next year or ever again after this, whatever the hell run happens with our current Young Bucks. Gotta leave with a bang, in my opinion. So even if we do get 5, 6, 7, I trust Will Dawkins enough. That's not even he's going to trade up to 4, but I trust Will Dawkins that he is going to get his man. He's not going to settle. That's one thing that he showed us many times already in his short stint with us so far. He is never going to settle. He is going to get his man no matter what. So that's one thing that honestly brings me solace, is that I know Will Dawkins is not going to freaking chicken out. He's going to get his man. Yeah, Atlanta's getting a top 3 pick too. They will have 3 different chances. Yeah. I'm going to end the stream there too right now. My voice is fucked up. My prediction, though, is that the Pacers are going to get a top 3 pick. That's my prediction. Too good of a story. Adam Silver's going to be like, oh, look, Tyrese Halliburton's coming back next season. He tore his ACL or, had a major injury. Game 7. Great comeback story. Let's bless him. Let's bless him. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? If the Pacers get the worst record this year, considering what Locked On Law said and how I've been saying this as well, watch the Pacers break the trend. Watch the Pacers break the trend solely because it's a feel-good story that the NBA could profit over whatever the hell. Watch. Just watch. Just watch. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it. No, they're getting top 3. I already know. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to be like the Bonzo or Boozer that they're going to land with. I think it's already set in stone. It's already set in stone. Too good of a story for Adam Silver to pass up. All right, I don't want to talk shit about Adam Silver because I got to get in good graces with him. I feel guilty whenever I talk shit about him because I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna, I don't want no bad karma on us. I gotta be respectful to the king. I gotta kiss the ring, damn it. That's how things work nowadays. Anyways, I'm gonna call it quits, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed. This was a pretty shitty stream, honestly. My bad, y'all. My notes weren't that good. I was too invested in the game. I was going in and out. I missed most of the third quarter. That's my bad. But we play on Thursday. No. Yeah, on Thursday against the Nuggies. The Nuggets are back in town Thursday at 7 p.m. And then we play the Hornets on Saturday at 6 p.m. So, you know what I mean? We'll see where the Tankathon odds land by Thursday. I think there's a couple of good streams here. Good games here and there. But anyways, thank you very much, everybody, for joining the stream. I'm going to call it quits. I'll see y'all. I might drop a video on Wednesday. I don't know about tomorrow. I don't know. But I'm losing my voice and I'm being too, I'm overthinking it. Jay says, have a good night. You are too self-critical. I appreciate it.